Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, January 23rd. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and SPY. So the bulls, again, an impressive day. Yes, they gave back a bunch after they made their high for the day, as they took back 2 out of the 3 sets of single prints. But again, after Friday's performance, right? We talk about sometimes after a day like Friday, you get consolidation. We didn't consolidate at all. We actually gapped higher, filled the gap, and then went up all day until they got an inventory adjustment. So very positive. We end up with 1 set of single prints in a day's high and low with another good range. Basically, same with the Qs. 1 set of single prints, but they have an afternoon pullback in K and the day's high and low, P shape. And Russell, they end up with 1 set of single prints, double distribution, and 7 wide. We all gapped higher. We all filled gaps. Decent volume, 80 million with the after hours still to go. So we're going to do a little bit above average. And like I said, the range just under $7. I had a good day today. Put myself in a lot of heat at one point. We'll go over everything. So in A period, look, I did nothing but long today. So in A period, I did well with finally getting the overnight high. I did that on a 1 or a 2 lot. Then I had a 4 lot in A period that I did well on. The market was trying to go higher. I was going higher with it. Now, before I get to that, though, I told the room that, shorting the overnight high might be a decent play. And I didn't do it. I should have. Should have had an offering at 98. We went from 98 and a quarter down to 86 and change. Could have had a very nice quick short. So that's definitely a short I missed. That would have been the only short I would have looked for. But then I long day, I did well on that. Now I missed B, not because I didn't have an order. I tried to get it. I had bids in at 22. Once it started going, I'm like, okay, I want to be long. Never got it. But I longed 3 lots in D. I longed 2 lots in E, all against the single prints. F period, I had a bid right at C's high. I thought they would fill those singles. Never got to it. Went right back up and made new highs, FGHI, so I missed that. But again, I'm not upset with that. I had it where I wanted to buy it. I thought they would fill the singles. Now, H period, I did well also against on a long. So where did I get myself in a bit of heat? So up to that point, I had made money on, I think, 11 out of 12 lots. When we didn't get Park and I, and Jay started coming down, I'm like, okay, I expected a pullback, but I didn't expect as much. So I had a 2 lot at around 49, then it came in. I averaged a little bit, it went up. I made money on a 3 lot that I had added. Should have taken the other 2 off for a point or 2 loss, and I didn't. So I ended up holding those 2 that I was long. Average price was around 47. I bought 2 more at 32.50, right when they filled these singles. Now, the problem is, once it starts getting down like this, they become heat-seeking missiles, and you could just tell, especially we got below the 144, you could just tell that they're going to go test value low and probably half back. So each time that pushed up, I should have been out of those other ones. And if I didn't want to take the short to get down to there, at least be a lot more patient. Because I was in heat, right? I was taking a lot of heat. 2 at 47, 2 at 32.50. I bought 6 at around 21.50. So now I'm long 10. Average price is around 28, something around that. It went even low. I wasn't buying anymore. I took 3 off at 26, and then it finally paid me. I took off the rest I made very small on the trade, but it could have been a lot worse. Because I was long 10 at around 28, and we got down to 16 and change. So I spent a lot of mental fuel and anguish when I realized I should have been out of those other 2 for a small loss when it gave me the chance, and I should have been more patient on the long. Think about it. If I didn't have any long, I could have bought a 5 lot at 22. I don't think I would have added, or maybe I would have added more here. But then that 5 lot from 22 to 27, 28 would have paid me very nicely instead of working my ass off for pennies and and using a lot of mental capital. That was the last trade of the day. So I was positive on the day. I had a decent day after all that, but I made it harder on myself. As far as destinations, upside in SPY is 402.65 daily high, and then 404.08, 9 wide from December 14th. For the downside, they have one set of single prints today, 398.71 to 398.30, and then today's low of 395.72. ES downside, one set of singles, 1650 to 1250, and then today's low of 86.25, and then today's high of 56.75. And then just let's look at the charts real quick. Now, remember, we have 6 trading days, I believe, left in this month. Well, we're still an inside month right now. So the monthly is still balanced, right? 3-month balance, inside month. Weekly is firmly up. Now, look what we did today. We got above the trend line. Closed right around it or right below it. One day doesn't make a market. I'm not saying, oh boy, it's over for the bulls. Of course not. But like I told my trading room, at some point, you got to get acceptance above these things. You can't just keep getting up to them and fail. Look, just look at this whole pattern from last year. Well, you don't want that pattern to continue, right? Because at some point, if that happens, and you're going to roll over, and guess what? We made new lows each time. So eventually that would happen. Daily, again, we closed above our trend line. Does that mean it's all clear for the bulls? Of course not. One day doesn't make a market. But it is the second day, basically for the year only, that got above that trend line. Last time was December 13th, and it failed absolutely miserably. And then we went, look at that, went down. Now, today didn't fail miserably. It did give back, but it didn't fail. So buyers, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with getting consolidation over the next couple of days. Remember, the Fed meets a week from Wednesday. That would be interesting if we go into next week with an inside month, right? But I want to show you one thing. This is where I think buyers really need to hold. I don't mind if we take out today's low and come into a 3-day balance again. I don't mind that, right? They need to hold, I think, D&E's high from Friday, which is around the 39.50 level. That's something I think they really need to hold. If they don't hold that, well then, this game of continually trying to get up to those lower highs and failing continues. And, at some point, remember, a lot of this was short covering the last couple of days, Friday and today. A lot of it was. So once that goes away, if new money doesn't come into this market, they'll roll over again. Where will new money possibly come in? Above those trend lines, right? Think about it. It might. So that's something to keep an eye on if they're able to do that at some point. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Hope you had a good day trading, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.